Well, hi everybody. How are you guys tonight? Yay! It's good to see everybody. I am at the Boomtown Casino outside of Reno, Nevada. That's where we are. Yes, on our way home. Here we are. I figured out what happened last night in the Twilight Zone. I somehow hit my music app or my music and it turned on and I didn't realize it was on. It drives me nuts. So I took it out of my dock. Yay. Yes, Reno. And it appears that we are going to try to do a marathon drive home tomorrow. So we did 9.5 hours today, and it really didn't bug us too much. The route we took was nice. The roads were good. We shared the driving back and forth. So we're going to try to up that tomorrow maybe and make it home, which would be an 11.5 hour drive. We'll see. But it's possible we can share the driving and that's okay. But so that means that I will record for tomorrow night because there's just no chance I'm going to find a spot to pull over and do this. So I'll record one for tomorrow night. But tonight, it's good to see everybody. And you're all, hey, it's halfway through. So yeah. So we have Linda's here and Larry is here and Gail and Angel. And I think I saw, who else did I see? Did I see Gail, Larry, Linda? Yep. Haven't seen Lupe yet, if she's coming in or not, or Julia. But, so we had a really good drive. Thanks, and by the way, you guys, thanks for being so, last night was just hilarious with all of those Twilight Zone music coming in, and I could not figure it out. I think it was just, the drive. It hadn't been that long of a drive, but it was still leaving the grandkids and all of that. Annalena did a really cute post on her Instagram. Annalena Loves Leg Day is the name of hers, and she tagged us in it. And just about us going down there and taking really cute pictures of the kids and us hugging each other goodbye, and Layla hugging Aldo goodbye. Oh my gosh, it was too cute. So that's the way that is. But I'm kind of excited to get home at least and get things sorted. I haven't been there very much, and I haven't had much of a chance to do anything at home, but we'll be there for a little bit. Grandkids are the best. Yeah, they are the best. So it could be a fun drive tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I think we're going to go back to Reno and up through Susanville and up and through Klamath Falls and cut over. And yeah, who knows how that will be. But anything's better than driving straight up I-5. Which is what today we had. It was just, it's really fun when you take a little less traveled route than the standard routes, and you sometimes take other roads, and we just have a good time doing that. But yeah, so tonight's book, oh my gosh, this was, I have resisted doing counting books because, well, I just thought, are they really going to fit with the story time and stuff? Some of them are really cute, but some of them are kind of kitschy. And oh yeah, I'm not using white pass. We're not going to come up that way. White's pretty bad. It's at the thanks Larry for that recommendation. No, we'll end up on I-5, probably around Eugene, and then we'll come straight up I-5 the rest of the way, and then cut through at Olympia. We cut around. We don't come through Tacoma. We cut around and go through Olympia and around the Key Peninsula that way. But yeah, I saw the fire that's down there. It's pretty smoky. My sister said it's pretty smoky at her house, and I know it's rough up there. But anyway, so counting books, they can be really cute. They can be really predictable. But the one I chose tonight, when I found it, it was one of those that had a really interesting mix of culture and fun and rhyme all to it, and was a little bit more than just a counting book. And I thought it was very cleverly done. It's called Room for Everyone, and it is by, let me pull her up and here. Where did my scenes go? Hang on. Scenes window. There they are. Okay. So Naz Khan, she's an educator, writer, and lifelong learner with a background in refugee education, curriculum development, and interfaith dialogue. Her debut picture book, Room for Everyone, came out in November of 9th of 2021, and it's hit all kinds of awards and things for it. She currently works as a book buyer and program coordinator at an open book foundation. I thought it was kind of fun. In her website, she went some fun stuff about her, that her superpower, if I had a superpower, I would beam myself from place to place. And if she was an animal, she says she'd be a bird, probably a finch. I thought that was pretty cool. One of her favorite picture books about birds is If There Was One Thing I Could Be. And that was pretty cool. And then she said if she was a color, she would be bluish green or greenish blue. This is me in a place called Chefchaouen, which is famous for its blue painting buildings. Can you guess what country Chefchaouen is in? Oh, well, I don't know. It could be Greece, but some of her books, because there's a lot of blue in Greece in places, but I don't know where that could be. Anyway, the artist of this book is Mercè Lopez, and she was born in Barcelona in 1979 and was the youngest of three sisters. All she wanted to do was follow and be with her older siblings, and she fondly remembers painting and drawing with her older sister in her room while she studies biology in college. She also recalls her other older sister reading the never-ending story to her every night. As a result of these experiences, allowed her to be drawn and to introduced to the world of visual arts. She graduated in illustration at Loleta Art School in Barcelona and has illustrated many projects for different markets from design, editorial, cinema, theater to publishing. She loves to demonstrate being original and unique when working on a painting, and she works long hours to exhibit a specific atmosphere. That's pretty cool. And incorporate movement to the imagery. I'll have to look for that in this one to see if she managed that with this book. So let me take back here. So as I pull up the book for myself here, there it is. One of the things that I had to do was I had to take notes, write notes, and check the pronunciations, because a lot of this, the book is in Swahili, which I thought was very cool. And I'm going to tell you the author's note. She said, Room for Everyone, here, let me put it up here so you can see it too. Room for Everyone is inspired by my own fantastically fun Dala Dala ride from Stone Town to Nungwi Beach in Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a beautiful archipelago and a part of the country of Tanzania. The largest island is called Ungoja, which is known as Zanzibar Island. She said Zanzibari music, arts, crafts, architecture, and cuisine reflect the various cultures and people that have influenced it, including Bantu, Indian, Omani, Persian, and Portuguese. On the Dala Dala, you can hear Zanzibaris speak Swahili, a Bantu-based language with some elements of Arabic. The island also has a large Muslim population, so you can often hear the sound of the Islamic call to prayer while passing by the villages, and see women wearing bright colored scarves, just like some of the characters in this book. I'm truly grateful to everyone who made me feel so welcome during my time in Tanzania. Asante sana. Thank you, and thank you, readers, for picking up this book. I hope it inspires you to make room for new and wonderful experiences and people who may be waiting around the bend. Oh, that was great. What a great way to look at it. So let me take myself back to the beginning of the book. There, and the cover. Let's see what people are saying right here before we check in. And Tamara's here. Hi, Tamara. Let's see. Okay, Angie, I have a friend tried to help. Linda, yes. We're all sending big hugs for you to feel better. And grandkids, no place like home, yes. Yep, don't use white. I'm not going to use. Oh, yes, we have Aldo with us. Aldo is, well, he's over on the bed right here. He's sleeping. And he's a great travel dog. He's just an amazing little travel dog. And he loves the grandkids too. He guards them. It's his big job. He doesn't get a lot of rest when we're with the grandkids because he tends to watch over them while they're sleeping and then be with them while they're playing. And so when we leave, he kind of crashes. So he sleeps pretty much a lot. Oh, yeah. White Pass is a beautiful area. It's an area that near the fire. I grew up skiing at White Pass. Like I said, my dad was one of the founders of the White Pass ski area, and it's been was part of my backyard practically growing up. So it's a beautiful area. I hate to think about it having fire in that area. So Alto Nova. It is in Morocco. Okay, cool. Thank you. I thought it might be Greece because there's so much blue in Greece, but Morocco's yeah. So, yes. Okay. Yeah, there's a thing you need to learn in Linda. This is N-O. No. No. Yeah. It's a hard thing to learn. I know. It's a real hard thing to learn, but you gotta learn it. Otherwise, you can't take care of yourself first, girl. So, just saying. Just saying. Anyway. Yes. And I had to teach my daughter that a lot. My youngest daughter's an empath, and oh boy, did it cause her some things. Her hair fell out for a while when she was younger. So anyway, how you learn to say no and shield yourself. You need to put a hedge of protection around yourself. You can do that. You just physically envision it as a hedge of protection that stuff's going to bounce off of, that it's a kind of a screen, and that you are in control of the screen and what comes through it, and you can control what comes in and keep what comes out, what stays out, until you're ready to let it come in. And then you can let just portions of it in too. So it takes practice, but you can do it. Oh, so story time. This is fun. I hope this makes you laugh, because it's a rhyming book, it's counting, and it's all kinds of things. And plus it's got language that I have to try to read that who knows if it's going to be right. So here we go with room for everyone. Here we go. I love this picture. Room for everyone. Moving my scenes. I have to move a couple things out of my way. There we go. The Dala Dala rumbled and roared, and Musa and Daddy were off to the shore to feast on fish at a Friday bazaar by the blue crystal waters of Zanzibar. Soon after zooming past Zulike Street, they saw one old man and his bike with no seat. So the driver honked and pulled to the side and asked, "Dear brother, do you need a ride? It's hotter than peppers out there in the sun. Come in, there's room for everyone." "But Dada," said Musa, "I don't think there is enough room for that man and the cycle of his." "Don't worry, Musa, there's space galore. If you move just a bit, we could make room for more." So in came the man with his sweaty old feet and his bike with no bell and no light and no seat. And after some wiggles and giggles and fun, they made enough room for everyone. Next, they passed the Bagala boats, and a herder appeared with 2 little goats. So the Dala Dala pulled to the side, and the driver yelled, "Do you need a ride? It's hotter than peppers out there in the sun. Come on in, there's room for everyone." "But Dada," said Musa, "can there really be enough room for a cycle, 2 goats, and me?" "Of course there is. If we squeeze a bit, we'll make enough room for all to fit." And though the seating arrangements was tight, Musa could see that Dada was right. After a shuffle, a squirm, and a squeeze, they found a small space beside Dada's knees. Oops. Onward they went, with a honk and a toot, till vendors appeared with 3 baskets of fruit. So they pulled to the side, and as you can guess, Musa cried out and began to protest. "Mangoes and melons and parachichi, we don't have the space. Please listen to me." But up came the baskets of tropical fruits, and down dripped the juices on ankles and boots. Everyone wiggled and giggled galore, till somehow they carved out space on the floor. Onward they puttered, past palms and sails, till a farmer appeared with 4 shiny pails, filled with milk all the way to the top. So the Dala Dala came to a stop. "We can't! We mustn't! I do not see where he could possibly sit," Musa cried in despair. But the passengers wiggled, and somewhere, somehow, they made space for the farmer and milk from his cow. The Dala Dala drove past some farms till they saw 5 mamas with fish in their arms. So the Conda struck his head outside, yelling, "Sisters, hello, do you need a ride?" "No!" cried Musa. "This rickety bench has no room for those fish and their ickety stench." But the passengers wiggled and squiggled on the floor and made enough room for the ride to the shore. 6 minutes later, a farmer was walking with 6 stinky chickens that wouldn't stop squawking. And right there beside them were several fellas carrying 7 Katanga umbrellas. Hop in, someone shouted. Get out of the sun. There's plenty of room for everyone. Musa resisted. These chickens are fat, and 7 umbrellas. There's no room for that. Dada insisted. Just open the door. So everyone wiggled and giggled galore and eventually found enough room for more. Soon they were making a turn down the lane where a vendor was carrying 8 sugar canes and 9 tender coconuts fresh off the tree. What yummy, refreshing, sweet drinks that they could be. The passengers shouted, Do you need a ride? As you can see, gasped Musa, worried, and cried. This is outrageous. We can't let them in. We're already smushed like sardines in a tin. Though it was clearly a very tight fit, they wouldn't give up. No, they just wouldn't quit. So in came the coconuts, tender and sweet, and the sugar canes tangled between people's feet, tickling everyone's toes as they wiggled until even Musa started to giggle. A few minutes later, they stopped for fuel, which happened to be near a diving school. Where 10 divers were ready to go, with suits and gear and tanks in tow, trying to get in all the commotion so they could explore the Indian Ocean. But was there room for all of their stuff? Did the Dala Dala have room enough? And though the Dala Dala was packed from top to bottom, from front to back, Musa yelled out, Come join the fun. We'll make room for everyone. So the swimmers with snorkels and tubes and fins wiggled and giggled and wriggled right in. Look at that. The tires were reeling and spinning and burning, the passengers sweating and twisting and turning, elbow to shoulder, beak to nose, feathers to feet, udders to toes. What a sight to see, what a comical crew, stuck together like gobbledyglue. They clunkety-clunked like junk in a trunk, so close to a breakdown kerplunkety-plunk. When suddenly all of them heard a screech. Alhamdulillah, they arrived at the beach. Out came 10 swimmers with snorkels and fins who ran to the ocean and dove right on in. Out came 9 coconuts, fresh and tender, and out came the whistling coconut vendor. Out came 8 sticky sweet sugar canes with 7 umbrellas for sunshine and rains, 6 stinky chickens and 5 piles of fish, 4 heavy pails full of milk, so delish. 3 big old baskets of fruit for a treat, 2 little goats, and 1 bike with no seat. At last, they had finally reached the blue crystal waters of Nungwi Beach, where Musa and Dada and everyone could wiggle and giggle under the sun. It had a glossary. Alhamdulillah was an Arabic phrase meaning praise the Lord when they all made it to there. And all these other words, I kind of looked them up. You can type in pronounce and how to do it. There's a good pronunciation thing. So I love the illustrations in this and just the fun language in the whole thing. Maria's here. Oh, Lupe's here. Yay! Oh my goodness. Talking about this one that showed, look at the screech when they all went flying. I like the chicken. I may have to draw those chickens like that. And the fish, there's just, this is so great. With everybody all scrunched in. And there's the bike with no seat. And the man, the very first one. It's just hilarious. I love it. Mm-hmm. There we go. So let's see who used to. Tamara's here. I'm sending big hugs and smooch. Oh, yay. Tamara made it in. Yes. Filters. Yes, filters. So what we're doing, hallelujah. Larry's getting hallelujahs. I'm not surprised. That's a good thing. Yeah. It says he does his job. So many people. It's fun when you do your job, but it's also great when we know that you do an exceptional job at it. Trying to read the chat and sending big hugs and smooches to you all, healing and love. And then Larry, work ethics are dying art. I miss my guess. You do your highest standards. Yes, I agree. Lynn Terranmer says she agrees. Rode public bus, it was like this, but it wasn't unpleasant. Yeah, I'm going to go drill a hole in my head to relieve the pressure. No. I used to bus everywhere when I was a kid in Germany. The buses were very large and they had slinky in the middle, and I loved to stand there. Oh, yeah, the articulated buses. I can remember when the articulated buses first came to Seattle. That was quite the thing to ride on those when they first had that. It was always I used to ride when I was in college everywhere in the bus in Seattle. And I remember taking the bus from Miami Airport to, I had to get to, it was kind of like in Little Cuba where I was staying in Miami. And the bus drivers thought I was crazy. They're like, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to take this bus to here, and then I'm going to transfer, and I'm taking this bus, and then I'm going, and I'm staying at the Three Commodores. And they were like, the first bus driver got on the radio and said, I have a passenger here, this crazy woman from Seattle with her suitcase, and she says she's going to transfer to your bus at this corner stop. And you could hear the other bus driver going, what? He goes, I'll wait there till you get there and we'll put her on. Apparently I was making a choice to transfer in some part that was not the best, but I was just going to do it anyway. You know, what the heck. So that's what happened. You talk to the bus drivers, they kind of figure it out and help you out. I like that. They bend around the corners. Yeah, those articulated buses are very cool. I'm glad you liked the book, Gail. Yeah, it was that. It's a fun rhyme, and it was just all kinds of very cool artwork that she did, but also the rhythm of the language is just so much fun. I learned these words watching in a Brazilian novels about a Moroccan. Yeah. And Swahili is part of the a Bantu language, which when I was in Botswana, the guys were telling me that the language that they spoke was part of that Bantu also, but they're kind of a dialect of it. And every village had a little bit different things to it. Yay. All right, you guys. To take an adventure on a bus throughout the city, and the bus driver was flossing his teeth. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Hi, Julia! Yay! You're here. Oh my gosh! Good to have everybody here. So, like I said, tomorrow night, I'm gonna after I get off here, we're gonna go see if we can find something to eat. And they at the casino they gave a little tag to put on Aldo's collar to show that he's a casino dog, that he's registered here. But he probably won't like it. Casinos are okay if you're staying in the rooms, but sometimes when you get in parts of them, they have, there'll be some smoking sections and then others non-smoking, but always the smoke section tends to kind of things. Aldo does not like that. So, oh well, we're going to go find something to eat, but then I'll come back and I'll record a show for tomorrow night because we're going to pull that long marathon drive tomorrow to get home a day early. Yay. Yeah, Bob says, I hear say, Yahoo. That was the contribution from the peanut gallery over there. Yahoo. All right, you guys, thanks so much. I'm glad you liked the story. It was fun. What's this? Something about no teeth? Coming for 6. Julia, email some pictures of what you've been working on. Yeah, I'm hoping that, so let's plan. So this is Monday, right? So Tuesday is going to be a recorded. Wednesday, I'll probably be super tired. But Thursday and Friday, can you start? So for Thursday and Friday this week, email some things that you've been working on so I can put them into the show and I can show everybody's art and things that they've been doing. I want to spend some time sharing that on Thursday and Friday. Okay? All right. So you guys, thank you. Look at, I made it. I didn't have any weird Twilight Zone music coming in. Nobody said that they couldn't hear me. It's that I didn't open the wrong scene. Oh, I better knock on wood because who knows what's going to happen with the next one. But you know what? That's live and you guys are wonderful. So until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around. Especially when you go look in your mirror, you'll see it looking right back at you. And until next time.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds.
It says, we appreciate the extra effort, and Bob, thanks for putting up with us. You're the best, sir.
Just stay downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard. They're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side.
We will stop and smell the flowers. We take lots of stretch breaks.
We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck.
Thanks, Julia.
We could be famous. We could be famous.
Eat, Tamara.
You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual.
Thanks, Angel.
You don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard. They're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless.